Your body is always going to see the bad. Your brain has been conditioned so much, it's always going to see, like what could go wrong. But the focus here with an attitude of gratitude, the focus here with gratitude is to see where things can and do go right. And therefore, you can feel safe to feel joy. You can relax into your blessings. And when you feel safe and you can relax into your blessings, you can expand upon them, you can perpetuate them, you can grow them. Because otherwise, if you're trying to manifest and have more blessings, but you don't feel safe with one already, you already feel like something's going to go wrong with just one blessing, then you'll never be able to turn it into two because you'll be too scared. Hey, this is Amber Jay with Amber Jay Lights the Way, and today we're going to be talking about how you can use gratitude to shift your mindset for prosperity, success, and manifestation, and a bunch of other things. You can also use gratitude to figure out what your values are, or figure out where your purpose lies, or who you are, and what is in alignment with you. In order to use gratitude to shift your mindset, you must practice it. A lot of people think that you can show gratitude towards something or someone, or for manifestation purposes, list a bunch of things that you're grateful for, etc., etc. And you can do all of those things with gratitude. But in this video, we're going to be talking about why it's necessary and how you can take it a step further by adopting gratitude as a practice. In reality, gratitude is a mindset. And in order to get into that mindset, you have to make it a habit of practicing gratitude every single day at every single moment. And I know that seems like a lot, but once you get into the hang of it, it starts becoming really, really easy for you. I guess this is why people like to say an attitude of gratitude. It's a general disposition that you can have towards anything happening in your life, anyone in your life, towards the universe, and towards yourself. Basically, you have to make it into a lifestyle, like a way of being. And this opens the door for you to expand your thinking so that you can help understand your sense of purpose and why you're here and what your soul and what your spirit is drawn to. It helps you have a greater awareness of the human experience. It helps you have greater perception in your studies. It really is something that you can adopt to sort of break free of the way that society has conditioned us to help, the way that society has conditioned us to think about how things are supposed to go, or how they're meant to go, or how you feel safe preparing. Someone sweeping outside. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Basically, gratitude helps you take off the blinders that society and other people, and probably you yourself, have put on yourself for your perception of reality, right? So it goes like this. So we like to tell ourselves that when something good happens, we can appreciate it for a moment, but that we have to start preparing for when it is eventually going to go bad, or when it's going to go wrong. And when something bad happens, then we tell ourselves, of course, this bad thing was bound to happen, because bad things always happen. And it's like a miracle and a crazy thing when good things happen. And again, when the good thing does happen, then we tell ourselves that it's not meant to last very long. So this mindset, although it may help you to feel safe, it prevents you from holding on to things like joy, or like liberation, freedom. It prevents you from holding on to the good feelings for too long, just in case, and it's like, just in case what? And no one really knows, but something bad is bound to happen, right? When we get into this mode of where it starts to feel dangerous to believe that you can hold on to the good things in life, or that that the good thing will always go away. And this breeds sort of like an attitude, or even like subconscious behaviors that make you self-sabotage what you do have, what you do receive from the universe, from other people, from yourself, etc. Because your brain is constantly in the mode of repeating, good things are meant to last, bad things are bound to happen. Don't get too excited, don't get too comfortable, because this good thing is going to go away eventually. So your mind starts to self-sabotage, and when your mind starts to self-sabotage, then subconsciously your actions will sabotage whatever wonderful blessing that you have been given. And this is, really crazy, because your brain, basically, it's like, even if you're, occasionally telling your conscious mind that you do want good things to happen, subconsciously and, subliminally, from all the conditioning that we receive, like I was just saying, outside sources and now inner sources tell you that since good things aren't meant to last, and you're presenting in your conscious mind, yes, they are. It's like, how can this be? Because I've been told good things aren't meant to last. And your brain doesn't like to think that it's wrong. It doesn't like to think that it's crazy. So it goes and subconsciously helps you carry out actions that are going to sabotage whatever you've been given, or whatever blessing has come in your way. Because even if you're occasionally presenting it with like, I am grateful for this thing, or I am happy that this thing happened, blah, 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 subconsciously and on an unconscious level, it's repeating, and it's getting repeated back to it. You need to prepare for when a bad thing is inevitably going to happen, or when inevitably your good thing will be taken away from you. So, although you say you want to live like a beautiful, happy life and things like that, the reality is that if you were to get it, and you haven't done the work to pull your brain out of this like cycle of negativity, which comes from internal sources and from external sources, you wouldn't be able to handle it. You would do something to make your brain believe that it's right and that it's not crazy and that bad things do happen inevitably. So if you were to get your good thing, somehow your brain would lead you to a bad thing happening, just so your brain can feel like it's not crazy. But with making gratitude a practice, you can expand past that mindset. You can expand, you can break through that mode of thinking. And I just want to make sure that I touch on the fact that this mindset is not to negate the fact that bad things do happen and things can and do go wrong, and that it's disappointing when they do. And if you have experienced, disappointing things in the past, your brain will try to kind of soften the blow by not letting you get too high and too excited, in order to stop the pain of that disappointment from hurting you so bad. And so it's a defense mechanism. It's trying to keep you safe. Your brain doesn't like to be in pain, and more importantly, it doesn't like to be taken by surprise. It doesn't like to be like, oh my gosh, like, where did this come from? Your brain, your body likes things to be a little bit predictable in that way, so that way it can prepare for like what's to come. So it doesn't hurt you more in the end. But it is an extreme disservice to yourself and to others to stay in that mode and in that mindset when it's not necessary. And without having some sort of check and balance, you won't know when it's not necessary. Your brain will always be on alert mode and always be on the lookout for something bad to happen, or always be skeptical of the good things and the blessings that you have. And so when you have something like an attitude of gratitude or a practice of gratitude in your life, it allows you to kind of see both sides. It allows you to see the reality of the situation in both ways. So you're not extreme focusing on the bad, but you're not extreme focusing on the good, because your body is always going to see the bad. Your brain has been conditioned so much, it's always going to see, like what could go wrong. But the focus here with an attitude of gratitude, the focus here with gratitude is to see where things can and do go right. And therefore, you can feel safe to feel joy. You can relax into your blessings. And when you feel safe and you can relax into your blessings, you can expand upon them, you can perpetuate them, you can grow them. Because otherwise, if you're trying to manifest and have more blessings, but you don't feel safe with one already, you already feel like something's going to go wrong with just one blessing, then you'll never be able to turn it into two, because you'll be too scared. So gratitude is basically helping you conquer that fear and understand what's really happening, not from a fear-based perspective, but from a more balanced perspective. So gratitude opens this door for us. Secondly, it also helps you find where your values lie. When you watch the rest of this video and decide you're going to go out and have an attitude of gratitude and practice it and commit to it in your everyday life, you'll start to find where your mind goes first. You're like, okay, something is happening right now, whether it's mundane, like I am brushing my teeth, or something big, like I just got a promotion. You say, okay, we have committed to practicing gratitude. What am I most grateful for right now in this situation? And where your brain and your spirit goes naturally, that will be the things that are valuable to you. Those are the things that are most important to you and your specific spirit and your specific soul and your specific self. And in that way, you can start to build your value system and find where you need to prioritize things in your life. When you find yourself practicing gratitude about your relationships, where does your brain go when you say, what am I grateful for in my romantic relationship and my friendships? Or what do I feel grateful for when my partner does, or when a family member does something for me? What do I feel most grateful for in this situation? And you can find where your values lie in relationships, and therefore you can prioritize, say, I'm very grateful when someone checks up on me. I feel very grateful for that. So I know that it's important to me for someone to check up on me. So when I'm looking for friends or I'm looking for partners, I know that I'm going to feel most satisfied, most safe, most secure, and most loved in a relationship with someone who checks up on me. And that's going to be prioritized over someone who, over someone's level of attraction in any other way. I can start to say okay, what's most important? What makes me feel most like myself? Here, and here. Same thing with your job. Do you value the work environment itself? Do you value the work itself? Do you value the outcome of your work? Gratitude can help you figure out these things. And when you figure those things out, then you can go about your life in a more intentional and purposeful way. So it's not just about just seeing the good in things. This is literally about you figuring out what is most aligned with yourself, your soul, your spirit, right? So I want you to try and practice gratitude at least once a day, every day, for the rest of your life. But hear me out. At the very beginning, I want you to try and practice gratitude in some very uncomfortable situations, as a very first step, so that you know that you can always find something to be grateful for in the most ridiculous of situations. So an uncomfortable situation would be you having to wake up super, super early to go to your job. You can say, at the very least, I am grateful that my eyes opened for this day, even though it's really super early in the morning and I'm going to this job and I didn't get enough sleep. At the very least, I'm grateful that my eyes opened and I am still alive to carry out whatever I need to carry out here on this earth, even if it's uncomfortable right now. Or when you're paying a bill, you can pay the bill and say, you know what? Even though nobody likes to pay bills, I'm very grateful that I have the money to pay this bill. And I hope I continue to get more money so that all my bills are always paid. Just things like that. So you can begin to shift your mindset in the most unlikely of places. But yes, this is how gratitude can help expand your mind and push you past the barriers of fear that we've created for ourselves internally and that have been created for us externally. You can make it to a place where it's safe to feel joy and to feel abundant and to feel success. So that way you can expand upon it, which is, of course, going to bring you more success, more prosperity, and more of your manifestations coming in faster, because in order to get what you're asking for, you have to feel safe with what you have. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope you found this valuable. Again, I am amberjaylightstheway on Instagram. You can find that Instagram in the description below. And my personal is ambercjay. I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.